Most people don't even realize when they've stepped into the trap. It doesn't feel like a trap at first. It feels safe, predictable, almost comfortable. You wake up, go to work, get your paycheck, and convince yourself that this is just how life is meant to be. You tell yourself, at least the bills are paid. At least I'm getting by. But deep down, something feels off. There's a quiet ache, a whisper that says you were meant for more. Yet instead of listening to that voice, most silence it. They numb it with distractions, scrolling endlessly, binge watching shows, spending money they don't have on things they don't need. And with every passing day, that comfort becomes a cage. The bars are invisible, but they are strong. It's not poverty that keeps most people broke. It's the illusion that they're doing good enough. And so years pass, dreams fade into the background. The fire that once burned inside slowly turns to ashes. All because they chose comfort over growth. The cruel truth is this. Comfort feels good in the moment, but it costs more than anyone realizes. It's the quiet thief that steals futures. When that discomfort finally bubbles to the surface, most people don't confront it. They try to cover it. They look for the fastest, easiest solution to quiet the anxiety of being broke. A loan here, a credit card swipe there, a payday advance that promises relief but chains them tighter to debt. And for a moment, it feels like the problem is solved. The pressure eases. They can breathe again, but it never lasts because the problem isn't the bills, it's the pattern. Every quick fix is just another layer of paint over a cracked wall. And the cracks always return deeper than before. So the cycle begins again. Desperation, a shortcut, temporary relief, and then the crushing weight of reality. This cycle doesn't just drain bank accounts. It drains hope. People start believing they're cursed, unlucky, or destined to struggle forever. They stop daring to dream because dreaming only reminds them of what they can't afford. The truth is, it's not fate. It's the loop they've trapped themselves in. A loop built on short-term thinking where tomorrow is always sacrifice for today. And as long as they keep reaching for quick fixes instead of real solutions, they'll stay exactly where they are, broke, tired, and stuck. Here's the part no one likes to admit. Most people know deep down what needs to be done. They know they should take risks, learn new skills, start something of their own, or make sacrifices today for a better tomorrow. But when that moment comes, the moment to actually leap, they freeze. Fear steps in like a shadow that never leaves. What if I fail? What if people laugh? What if I lose everything? These questions echo louder than the quiet possibility of success. And so they choose the familiar pain of staying broke over the unknown pain of trying to break free. It's strange, isn't it? The very chains people hate are the same ones they hold on to because at least they know how they feel. Fear disguises itself as logic, whispering, it's too risky. It's not the right time. Maybe later, but later never comes. Months turn into years. And one day they wake up realizing they've built a life not on choices and on avoidance. And that's the real tragedy. Not the lack of money, but the lack of courage. Because the door to freedom has always been there. Most just never walk through it. But sometimes life refuses to let you stay comfortable. It throws you into moments where you can no longer ignore the truth. Maybe it's the day the bills pile so high you can't see a way out. Maybe it's when your child asks for something simple and you realize you can't give it. Or maybe it's that quiet night when you sit alone staring at the ceiling asking yourself, is this really all my life is going to be? That's the turning point, the breaking of the illusion, the moment where comfort shatters and the pain of staying the same finally outweighs the fear of change. It doesn't always come with fireworks or grand inspiration. Sometimes it's just a single heavy breath where you decide enough is enough. This is where everything shifts. Not because the problems vanish, but because the perspective does. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstance and start seeing yourself as the author of your story. You realize that while the road to freedom is long and difficult, it's still better than walking in circles forever. It's here in that raw, painful decision that people either step into transformation or retreat back into the same chains that held them for years. And this choice defines everything. The path out of being broke isn't paved with luck or shortcuts. It's carved out with persistence, discipline, and courage. It begins the moment you stop chasing comfort and start chasing growth. It's not glamorous. At first, it feels like sacrifice. Waking up earlier, saying no to unnecessary spending, learning skills that stretch your mind, building something that doesn't pay off right away feels slow, frustrating, almost invisible. But then something shifts. The habits that once felt heavy begin to feel natural. The knowledge you've gained starts turning into opportunities. The sacrifices you made begin to show their reward. And suddenly, you're not just surviving anymore. You're building a future, building confidence, building freedom. Most people never get here because they give up too early. But those who endure discover truth. Wealth is never just about money. It's about power over your own life. It's about knowing you're no longer at the mercy of a paycheck or a boss or a broken system. It's about freedom. The freedom to choose to give, to live fully. And that freedom is